prime factorization for midterm split method. This video I am specially preparing for those students who have difficulty in splitting the middle term. Some students messaged me that they are not knowing how to factorize and how to split the middle term. So here I am trying to explain them with these examples. Let's take the first one. In the first example we have x square plus 25x plus 156 equal to 0. So what the first thing you will do is you have to multiply the first number to the last number before splitting. Now as already we have here 1, so if you multiply 1 with this, number will not change. Okay, so the number we have is 156. And for this number, we have to split the middle term. Suppose you are given here 2, then you have to multiply this number 2 to this number, and then whatever the number will come, for that number you will split the middle term. Now as we have here 156, so to get the required 2 parts, split it for this number, you prime factorize this number. Okay, so we do it in serial order, starting from the smallest number. As the number is even, so we will divide it by 2. We get 78. Again we have an even number, we do it by 2. Now we have got here an odd number which is divisible by 3, we will take 3. And now we have got 13, which is prime number, so it is divisible by itself. So these are the factors. This means if you multiply all these, you will get this number. That means this number is already here. Now what you have to do is you have to get this number by using these prime factors only. Now these prime factors can be used many ways. This is basically a trial error method. You keep on trying until you get this number. So for this thing, as 13 cannot be split into more parts, more smaller parts, so it will remain as it is. But if you look at the other numbers are 2, 2 and 3, and all these numbers are in multiplication. Like this 2, 2 and 3. So 2 into 2 into 3, which is equal to 12. And next number we have is 13. So if we use these 3 numbers, which give you 12, and this number which is already 13, so 12 plus 13 is equal to 25. Okay, so here this number can be written as x square plus 12x plus 13x plus 156 is equal to 0. Now these two numbers you can write them in any order. You can write 13 first, you can write 12 after this, will not make any change. But the required factor will be 12 and 13. Okay? So you can solve it by taking x common, and you will get x plus 12, and you will take 13 common, you will get x plus 12, which is equal to 0. So x plus 12, x plus 13 equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to minus 12 and x is equal to minus 13 are the two roots of the quadratic equation. Now can you believe this same question, same prime factorization can be used in other way also? Can you imagine this? Now from the same question I am framing another question. X square plus 32x plus 156 equal to 0. X square plus 32x plus 156 equal to 0 is the same question I have taken from this. Okay, let's see once again. We have the last number is 156 and middle number this time we have is 32. So when you prime factorize, again same number will come, 2, 3 and 13. But this time middle number has changed. What is this? It is 32. Now from the same prime factors we have to make this number 32. So this time from here I will take 13 and 2. So 13 into 2 is equal to 26, and I have 2 into 3 which is equal to 6. So 26 plus 6 is equal to 32. So I can write here x square plus 26x plus 6x plus 156 equal to 0. That means x plus 26 plus 6 x plus 26 is equal to 0. Okay, so x plus 6 and x plus 26 equal to 0. This gives you x is equal to minus 6, x is equal to minus 26 are the two roots of the quadratic equation. So this way, by shuffling the order of prime factors, midterm splits can be done. Now let's take example number 2, which I have here. That is x square minus 5x minus 1800 equal to 0. Now here some will get confused that we have 1800, a quite big number, but children, we have to do it in same way. If you are not comfortable with middle term split, then this is the only method we have to get the mid term split parts. So once again we have even number, so we will divide by 2, we get 900, again by 2 we get 450, again by 2 we get 225. Now we have got an odd number which is divisible by 3, we get 75, again by 3 we get 25, then we have 5, and last number is 5. So these are the prime factors. When you multiply all of these, you will get 1800. But now we have to use these prime factors to get this number. This time the required number is 5. Okay? So use the number in that way that you get this number. It can be done in many ways, but when you will try, keep on trying. So you will have to use these prime factors to get two numbers. Those two numbers, when either added or subtracted, will give you this number. So here, for getting 5, I am going to use this 3, 3 and 5. So 3 into 3 into 5, which is equal to 45. And apart from this 3, 3 and 5, we have 2, 2, 2 and 5. So I am going to use 2 into 2 into 2 into 5, which is equal to 40. So you can see here 45 minus 40 is equal to 5. Okay. So we can write this step as x square minus 45x plus 40x minus 1800 equal to 0. That implies x common, x minus 45 plus 40 common, x minus 45 is equal to 0. That implies x minus 45, x plus 40 equal to 0. That gives you x is equal to 45 and x is equal to minus 40, which are the two roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, so this way we can prime factorize the last number, and from those prime factors we can find out our middle term. So you keep on practicing this and you will learn to split the middle term.